Hey everybody, Ryan here. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum. I've got a great big box here to open up. I know what's inside it. You already know what's inside it too, because you read the title. I put it in there. Let's not pretend anyone's going to be surprised here. Let's open it up and check it out. This is a Harley Benton guitar from Thomann Music. That's one way to open the box. Those of you who have been watching the channel for a while know that I went to Thomann back in the spring for Thomann Gearhead University, and I made an order for a couple of their Harley Benton guitars, and this is one of the guitars that I ordered. I was waiting for it to come with one of their semi-hollows, and apparently they're still making a new run of those. They don't have them in stock, so they kept telling me, like, we'll ship them together when the semi-hollow is ready. And I think it got to the end of the year, and someone was looking at the books, is like, we got to clear this order, let's just send them out the one guitar. So they sent me out just this one guitar. I'm not complaining or anything. I just know that they like to ship multiple guitars at the same time when they ship to the US, because they can put them in one big box like this and not have to spend as much shipping each guitar. I was just surprised that they sent one instead of hit me up to send another one that they might have in stock or something. Alright, here's the little box that was inside the big box. This is going to be one of their Cabernita style, Telecaster style guitars. I don't remember if I tried one of these in Germany. I know I tried their Prince style Telecaster. Actually, you received this in the mail yesterday, which was New Year's Eve. Today is New Year's Day. Happy 2019, all you people watching in the future. Now this is wild. Interesting. I definitely didn't see this finish in person when I was at Thomann. It is this translucent white kind of finish here. Kind of a interesting milky white that's also glossy. I think I like it. I'm not going to decide right here, right now, in the moment, whether or not I'm a fan of this finish. I'm definitely a bigger fan of this finish than the finish that's on the Harley Benton Fusion that I got. This fretboard looks super flat, which I like. I like a nice flat radius fretboard, which is weird considering how many Fender-style guitars I have on the wall behind me. This guitar comes with what looks like a Filtron style pickup. I've seen people say places online that they're not actual Filtrons and there's something different, but they look just super classy. They're badged Roswell 51, 57, 94, 0. Roswell is their in-house brand of pickups. There's a little bit of scuffing on the neck in the heel right here. I'll put some pictures of that on both sides of it, actually. A little bit of a failure in quality control there, just in aesthetics. The wood grain underneath this finish looks interesting. It doesn't look bad. Modern style sealed tuners, of course. I always comment on those. And I almost never see a guitar, with the exception of the Mahar back there, I don't know if you can see it, that comes without modern style tuners. I just grew up in a time where cheap guitars came with awful tuners. I'm typically not a big fan of reverse headstocks, so we'll see how I acclimate to this guitar. The bridge is fine. gives you an option to go string through or top loading, which is always nice with a T-style guitar. Fretwork is not, you know, the most luxurious fretwork in the world, but it's totally fine for a guitar of this price range. Interesting. All right, yeah, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. All right, all plugged in, tuned up, ready to go. It was actually in tune with itself, which is wild considering this thing has made a pretty long journey in wintry weather. It needed to come up about 6 or 7 cents on each tuner to be in tune, you know, with E or A or whatever note you want to reference. The tuners were quite a bit stiff, really stiff to be honest. I'm gonna have to spend some more time with this guitar to figure out what's going on with that, if they need to be loosened or something like that, or if that's just the way they are. But they were so stiff that they felt almost a little sticky. It's not a huge deal, but it is something. All right, let's see how it sounds. I'm not running any effects right now. Here's a nice big open D chord on the bridge pickup. Well, I can't tell you if these sound like actual Filtron pickups. I've never owned anything with a Filtron pickup in it, but I can tell you that I like that sound here. Nice and full and mid-pushed for a bridge pickup. Here's the neck pickup. Pretty sweet sounding neck. Here's the middle position. I'm getting a good, strong first impression off this guitar. It feels really nice. I mean, you can tell by the fretwork that it's not, you know, a mid to high-end guitar. It is a budget guitar or a budget-friendly guitar, an affordable guitar. I wouldn't call it a cheap guitar. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels affordable. They're just a little bit sharp on the tops of the frets. They're not sharp on the edges where the metal would potentially be poking out on a cheap guitar, but you can just feel that that's you know, an affordable style fret job there. Really flat radius. I know that a lot of Harley Bentons have like an 18.8 radius or something weird like that. So they're flatter than a 12. Maybe it's 13. I can't remember. I'm remembering that shape. It might be the edge of a 3 or a whole 8. I can't remember. Feels relatively fast and comfortable. Kind of reminds me of the Squier Contemporary Telly I have here as far as the neck shape and feel goes. The frets are a little bit smoother on this guitar. I'll do it with the same hand here. Ever so slightly. Kind of comparable. Actually, very similar sort of thing going on with the neck. I mean, everything else, I'm just going to have to spend time with it to figure out if there are other issues or any issues at all that really stick out to me. I'm liking the look. I think it's pretty. I'm really going to have to see if I get used to a reverse headstock. Last time I had a reverse headstock guitar, I did not bond with it. The bridge hardware here is, you know, it's affordable guitar looking. It's nothing to write home about. It probably wouldn't be hard to swap that out for any other hardtail Strat style bridge. But it's totally functional. There's no reason to swap that out for any reason. Let's turn on some drive. That's fun. It's got a fun sound with some dirt on it. I feel like the action could come down a little bit as it is now. I'm not buzzing out anywhere, so there's definitely room to lower it to taste, but it came set up honestly just fine. There's really nothing to complain about here as far as the setup goes. I mean, I haven't fine-checked, you know, the intonation or anything like that, but it seems to play just fine, at least to my standards. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a winner for its price point and beyond its price point. I mean, another surprisingly good budget guitar from Harley Benton. I mean, at this point, I feel like you can just assume, or I can just assume, that Harley Benton guitars are gonna be fine. I mean, don't expect to be like cheating the system or anything like that. Don't expect to get, you know, a $200 US Harley Benton and have it go toe to toe with, you know, like a $1,600 American Fender or something like that. Or, you know, even a higher end, you know, like Squire or Mexican Fender. It's going to sit in that kind of mid-range Squire Epiphone kind of territory as far as the fretwork goes, as far as, you know, finishing issues go, and little bits of quality control here and there. But it's a completely playable guitar. Comes set up just totally fine. It's not quirky or weird in any sort of, you know, detrimental way. Like, you don't have to have, you know, a weird fetish for cheap guitars to be into any of these Harley Bentons. They're players' guitars at a great price point. I'm continuously impressed by them. All right, well, stay tuned. I'll do more coverage of this guitar in the near future here. I'll probably open up the back end of it, check out what the electronics are like, figure out some other things to do with it. Yeah, no problem with this thing. Bye, everybody. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude, nasty comments. You know the whole drill. Internet stuff. You've been on YouTube before. Happy New Year.